So welcome to today's practice. As always, take what you need to get nice and comfortable and cozy for our opening meditation and relaxation. Today's practice is all about revitalizing your mind, your body and your breath through rest. So whichever position you find yourself in, let's begin by taking some gentle breaths in and then a little sigh out. So take a gentle breath in and have a little sigh out. Breathe in, have that little sigh out. Breathing in and have that little sigh out. In whichever position you find yourself, make sure that you're nice and comfortable and supported. So perhaps you've got a blanket underneath the head and the neck, if that feels good. 2 pillows underneath the knees, or just lying down on the earth in a way that feels right for you. Wherever you are, separate the teeth and begin to move the jaw from left to right, nice and slowly, just having some awareness of this hard working part of your body, from your earlobe all the way to your jaw, to your chin, and just moving the jaw from left to right. Allow those teeny tiny muscles all around the eyes to begin to soften. Move the shoulders just a millimetre away from the ears. Notice whether the spine feels like it can rest here. And if you need to take any additional movements, do so. In order for us to take rest and to revitalise the way that we're feeling in a small or possibly a big way, we kind of need to check in with where our mind is at. So just ask yourself here, in this opening meditation, what am I thinking about right now? And as always, just allow all of the thoughts and all of the stories to come forwards. And can you identify whether the majority of your thoughts are based on the past, something that's maybe happened earlier today, yesterday, last week, or this year? Or maybe the thoughts are more future based, what's going to happen in this practice, later on, tomorrow, at Christmas, etc. And of course, it could be a mix of the two. Just watching over your thoughts here. Not trying to push anything away, just acknowledging, oh okay, that's what I'm thinking about. There are some people who refer to the mind as the monkey mind, and it's this idea that it's like our attention is a monkey and it swings from branch to branch, and the thoughts are the branches. So rather than this idea of us pushing away our thoughts, we see that our attention is going from one to the next to the next. And then we add in a tool, an anchor, that just kind of interrupts that swing from branch to branch, which sometimes can go in patterns and in cycles. So of course, become aware of your breath. As you breathe in, feel the chest, the ribs, the lungs all gently expand, grow bigger. And ultimately, the inhale is a taking in of exactly what you need. And this is just natural breath awareness. It's not even you needing to change or control the breath in. Just naturally, your body breathing you will take in exactly what you need in this moment. And then we become aware of the cycle of our natural breathing rhythm and just gently begin to notice the exhale. The breath out is a programmed letting go. It's an internal system that allows us to release the stuff that's not serving us. So feel that. On the breath out, feel how the chest, the ribs, the lungs draw inwards. Can you notice the air as it journeys out of your body? Face relaxed, shoulders dropped, and your body supported by the earth or by gravity in whatever shape you are in. And as you breathe in, maybe try saying to yourself, I take in exactly what I need. You're saying that to yourself on the breath in. I take exactly what I need. And on the exhale, I let go of all that I don't need. I let go of all that I don't need. In today's practice, we honour the felt sense in our mind, in our body, in our breath. And we begin to explore an understanding that rest can come in lots of different forms. We can take rest by lying down on the earth. We can take rest in breath work and in movement. And this combined different variations of rest can lead to perhaps a little feeling of revitalizing of the self. So wherever you are, just begin to drift your awareness down into the soles of your feet and give your toes a little wiggle. Drift the awareness back up into the palms of the hands and give the fingers a little wiggle. We'll begin by taking our progressive muscle relaxation, which is an excellent way to revitalise our system. So wherever we are, we're just going to squeeze into our toes and then allow the toes to soften. Squeeze into the toes, allow the toes to soften. Squeeze into those toes and allow them to soften. You can squeeze into the glutes and allow the front of the hips to open and then let that soften. Squeeze into the glutes, the bottom muscles, and then let them soften. Squeeze gently into the glutes and let them soften. You can squeeze into the fists. Feel the forearms switch on, the biceps and the triceps. Take that squeeze and then allow that to release. Squeeze into the fists, the arms, and then allow that to soften. And then squeeze once more. From here, you're going to breathe in, slide the shoulders along the earth up towards the chin, so you've got no neck, as I say, and then as you exhale, slide the shoulders away. Breathe in, sliding the shoulders up towards the ears, and as you exhale, slide the shoulders away. Breathe in, sliding the shoulders up towards the ears, and as we exhale, slide those shoulders away. Leave the shoulders away from the ears. And finally, for you guys, you're going to gently squeeze the eyes shut together, clench the teeth together, frown every muscle of the face, and then allow this to soften. You're going to squeeze the eyes together, clench the teeth together, frown every muscle of the face, allow it to soften, and just once more, eyes, teeth, frown every muscle of the face and allow it to soften. Breathe in, float the arms up above the head, and maybe, who knows, it might be your first full body stretch of the day. Really allow those arms to stretch out, take the ankles a little bit further away from the hips and just take this full body stretch. Enjoy this moment. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, allow the palms of the hands to float down either side of the waist. Inhale, float those arms up above the head. And exhale, allow that breath to leave that idea of letting go of all that stuff that the body doesn't need. Inhale, you're definitely taking in that fresh new air, new oxygen. Exhale, hands floating down either side of the waist. Breathing in, arms coming up above the head, and we're just going to take a little side body opening by taking the feet slightly to the right, head, neck and shoulders slightly to the right, and the arms slightly to the right. You've got this C shape for this little banana asana, and you don't need to do it deep. You've just got a lovely little opening along the left hand side of the body. You could hold on to the left wrist with the right hand, should you wish. Just allow the breath to be natural and easy here. Let it flow in and out of you, and just notice the movement in the belly, the chest, the ribs and the lungs. Fabulous. From here, let that go. Walk the feet back in, head, neck, shoulders back into centre. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, take both knees in towards the chest. Fab. Both knees are in towards the chest. We breathe in, send the arms away from us, and as we exhale, we draw the knees in towards the chest. Breathe in, send the arms away, and as we exhale, take knees in towards the chest. Breathing in, send those arms away, and as we exhale, drawing in. So one of the things that can be super helpful for us to kind of revitalise this idea of re-energising ourselves, maybe when we're feeling tired, or perhaps entirely normal coming into the winter months to feel a little bit low in mood. We can do some Brahmari hummingbee breath on the exhale. So this is that one where we breathe in, the knees go away from us, and as we exhale, we do a medium to low humming pitch sound out. So you can just join in whenever you're ready. I'll count us through 5 rounds, and I'll just do an example of what mine sounds like. So we breathe in. We'll just do one more of these. Excellent. Let those feet go on the floor. Take that big full body stretch, breathing in, arms coming up above the head, and as we exhale, we gently send those ankles to the left, head, neck, shoulders to the left, and maybe we hold on to the right wrist with the left hand. We've got this sweet little opening along the right side of the body. Take a breath in and a breath out. Breathing in and out. And then allow that breath to be natural and easy if it isn't already. Notice the movement in the chest, the ribs, the lungs and the belly. Having an awareness of how the breath feels, not judging or criticising anything, just noticing, okay, this is how it is here. You can let go of the wrist, take the head, neck and shoulders back to centre, take the feet back into centre. Breathe in, and as we exhale, let's take the hands onto the hips. The hands are on the hips, we take the feet onto the earth and we do our pelvic tilts. The chin's perhaps slightly lowered down towards the chest if it's not already, to allow for that lengthening at the back of the spine. And of course we'll take our pelvic tilts. We breathe in, rocking the pelvis forwards, and we breathe out, roll that pelvis back. Inhale, we tilt the pelvis forwards, and exhale, roll and tilt that pelvis back. As always here, we allow the pelvis to be nice and heavy and grounded down towards the earth. And we're just allowing for this awareness to be here in the lower back, and for there to be that little sweet release. From here, you can take your hands on your hips still, and then this time drop the right hip slightly down towards the right ankle, and then the left hip slightly down towards the left ankle. So it's kind of like a twisting motion, but you're doing this, of course, laying down. So right hip drops down slightly, it's not a big movement, and then left hip drops down that little bit. So you've just got this little wriggle, this little movement from left to right, which accesses the hips in a different way, and perhaps you can feel that. Alright, from here we're going to roll onto one side, and we're going to take a comfortable position on our side. So it's up to you. You can take the forearm down, the knees stacked on top of each other, and rather than the knees being in alignment with the hips, take them at a nice sweet angle. If you want to lie down where the arm comes down and the left ear drops down, you can absolutely do that. I'm going to stay up on my forearm. What we're doing is we're kind of building on some hip work. So we've got our feet together, fingertips can be on the earth, and you're just going to open and then close. Open and then close. Open and then close. So when I've taught this in the past, sometimes people are rolling their chest, their spine open, and then allowing that knee to open further. And actually, keep that spine nice and neutral and straight, core supporting you a little bit, and we're really just isolating into this open and close. Excellent. Okay, from here you can extend this right leg out. Then you can draw some little circles with the toes pulling back towards the shin. So the toes are pulling back towards the shin, and you can do big circles, and then maybe take it into a smaller circle. Again, just feeling into this right hip socket, and then go in the opposite direction. Amazing. Maybe bend into that right leg, give it a little rub, a little bit of a pat. Okay, from here you can take this right knee forwards and extend the left leg out, and then you've got the toes pulling up towards the shin. From here you're going to lift up and down with the left ankle, up and down, up and down, up and down. It's tiny, isn't it? Because of the shape of your body, it's just a small movement going up and down. So it could just be a millimetre off the earth. Just a couple more. Excellent. Okay, let's unravel. Let's roll onto our back. Let's take a little reset, release. We're down on our back. Soles of the feet are on the floor. Send them a little bit further away from the body. Make them as wide as the yoga mat. And then maybe taking the hands onto the lower ribcage area. Just begin to do a little pendulum swing of the knees from left to right. Just allowing the knees to move from left to right. And can you slow this down a little bit, and let's marry the breath into this movement. So we're going to breathe in as the knees are up, and as we exhale, let's drop the knees down. Inhale to come up. Exhale, dropping the knees down. If you want to bring your candle blowing breath in here, you can do. So breathing in through the nose, and exhale, pursing the lips, blowing the air out. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, easy, gentle twists. Okay, then we're going to, of course, lie on our right side. So I'll just turn around so that you can see me. Then you've got your forearm down, the knees are stacked, but they're not in alignment with the hips. They've got that little bit of an angle. The feet are together, the fingertips are supporting you wherever you feel comfortable. You can have the arm down on the ground, the ear down. What we're thinking about is the spine is staying in this neutral position, the core is in a little bit, and we just open up and then drop down. So what I was saying before is we can take rest in movement, and that's about finding that place between effort and ease, which the ancient yoga texts speak about. So if we did this too intensely and we were forcing our hips, and we would go too much into effort, and the practice wouldn't feel like it's revitalizing, wouldn't feel like we've taken rest from the busyness of our lives, from the what ifs and the to-dos. Whereas if we find that place between effort and ease, we begin to allow the body to take the rest that it needs. All right, from here, extend that left leg out. So you've got the toes towards the shins, if that feels okay. As always, you're only doing the practice to the degree that it feels right for you. So you could do like a spiral where you start small and the circles get that little bit bigger. And you could reverse that. Breathe, make sure you breathe in. Make sure you breathe in. All right, maybe feeling that a little bit, who knows? Bend into that left leg, give it a pat and a tap if it needs it, and extend the right leg out. This is that tiny, teeny movement. You can do it up on the arm, or like I said, you could be resting down. Wherever you go, you're going to come up and down, 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 up and down. I always think this is such an unusual one, just the way it feels in the body. And also, it's a small movement, isn't it? So it just always feels unusual for me personally when I do it. Excellent. Okay, from here, bend into those legs. And then we're back lying down on our backs. We take the knees in towards the chest and we hug those knees into chest. We keep the bottom part of the spine nice and grounded. Take a few candle blowing breaths here. So breathe in through the nose. Everything's nice and easy and still here. Exhale, purse the lips and blow the air out. Inhale. Chest, ribs, lungs and belly. Expand. Exhale, purse the lips and blow out. One more of these. From here, we have our little rock and roll from left to right. Of course, this is our opportunity to check in and notice how the lower back is feeling. Alright, we're going to come up into a sitting position. So you're going to rock onto one side to push yourself up, or you could do that little rock and roll motion where you've got one ankle crossed over the other, hands to knees or the peace fingers to the big toes, and you're just taking an opportunity to come up into a sitting position. Some people don't like that spinal rock and roll, and it's totally fine. Ideally, maybe sat up on a bolster if you've got one, or a blanket, or a book and then a blanket. I mean, you don't need to buy anything. You can make things work for you. A big thick cushion you could sit up on. Why? To make our hips that little bit higher than our knees. So wherever we are sitting up, hands on hips, roll that pelvis forwards to the degree that you feel those bones in alignment with the pubic bone. Rib cage is down, core switched on. Let's do our shoulder rolls. So breathe in, take the shoulders up towards the ears, and as you exhale, roll those shoulders back and down. Breathe in, take the shoulders up towards the ears, and as you exhale, roll those shoulders back and down. Breathing in, shoulders coming up, and as we exhale, roll them down. And let's take that little sound of H-A-A-A-H. It's a super soft sound, just can support your nervous system. It sounds like this. Okay, from here we're going to turn the palms of the hands and have them facing up towards the sky. As we breathe in, we sweep the arms back into the corner of the room as far as feels comfortable, and as we exhale, just turn the palms of the hands down and drift them down. Inhale, open up the palms of the hands into the back corner of the room, corners, and then drop down. Breathe in, open up. And exhale, come down. We're going to take this into sweet little twists. So we're going to breathe in, arms are going to come up. As we exhale, we've got left hand going onto right knee, right hand on earth, or just opposite arm to opposite knee. And from above the belly button, it's the chest, the shoulders, the head and the neck that looks to the right or the left, whichever way you're doing. Breathe in, open up the chest, the shoulders. Exhale, gentle twist to the other side. Inhale, open up. Exhale, gentle twist. Inhale to open up. Exhale, gentle twist. Inhale, opening up. Exhale from above the belly button. One more. Great. From here, let's come into our neutral tabletop position. And as always, if you've not got like a thick yoga mat at home, I'm talking like a 5.5, you're definitely going to want to take a little blanket support underneath your knees. And you don't have to, it just supports you, doesn't it? So you're in your neutral tabletop position, spreading into the hands. You've got your elbows, shoulders and wrists in alignment, and we're going to do our traditional cat-cow, space between the ankles, in alignment with the knees, if that feels alright for you. So start at the tailbone end, breathing in, opening up. Exhale, chin to chest, rounding in and back. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, chin to chest. Think about this idea of taking rest in movement. So this movement, this breath, it feels nourishing. Alright, from here, extend that right leg out. I'm a bit low down on my mat. Extend the right leg back. Come onto the toes. And we're just going to do a sweet little neck stretch by taking the right toes over to the left. You've still got your core muscles supporting you here. And then you're going to look over to the right side. And you're just going to feel an opening along the left side of the neck, not too intense. Take a breath in here and a breath out. Breathing in and breathing out. One more, breathing in and breathing out. Take this left leg back to this neutral position, and then we'll do the other side. So we've got the left leg extending out. The core muscles are switched on here, supporting you. Send them over to the right. Then you're going to look over the left shoulder. Take a breath in and a breath out. Breathing in and breathing out. Don't force anything. Breathing in and breathing out. Excellent. Take this left knee back in. You're going to tuck the toes under and just walk the hands back and lift the knees up. Maybe take your blankets out and then drop back down. And let's take a little toe stretch by spreading into the toes. And then I feel that because our feet are in our shoes a lot, it's enough to just walk back with the hands on the floor until you feel that there's a stretch in your toes. It's toe stretch. And that's enough. Just feel that stretch in your toes, keeping the hands down. Take a breath in and a breath out. We've got the option here to do a little bit of a lion's breath. That's where you breathe in, and as you exhale, you stick your tongue out and you have a big sigh out. That's right, this is lion's breath. So breathe in through the nose, and as you exhale, stick your tongue out and have a big breathe in. And as you exhale, stick your tongue out and have a big sigh out. We've got one more of those. Excellent. All right. Hands come forwards, tuck the toes under, and should you wish, we've got a downwards facing dog. If for any reason that doesn't suit you, we can meet you up in standing, not a problem. Spreading into the fingers, little bend into the elbows, sending the hips up to the sky, huge bend into the knees, relax your head and your neck, and then take a breath in. And maybe nod that head yes, and shake that head no. And if you've been to my classes before, you know that I'm all about keeping a bend into the knees, pressing down into the hands, and allowing for there to be an openness along the full length of the spine, rather than a focus on taking the feet down to the earth and trying to get in an openness at the back of the legs. I would say keep the knees bent and allow that spine to really expand. Take another gentle breath in here and maybe have a sigh out. If you want to, there's an option to come from down dog to up dog. So you're going to maybe walk the hands forward slightly so you've got lots of space, and maybe take them even out a little bit towards the edges of the mat. You're going to breathe in, drop the hips down, roll the shoulders back and down and look forwards. And then exhale, use your tummy muscles to squeeze the core in, and then drop into your downwards facing dog. So we breathe in, we come forwards. Should have thought about my hair here. And then exhale, come back into downwards facing dog. I think you know what I mean. Breathe in, coming forwards, dropping the hips, rolling the shoulders back and down. Exhale, use those tummy muscles to bring you back into downwards facing dog. Maybe another little sigh in here. So breath in, then a sigh out, and then bend into the knees and walk the hands back, big bend into the knees. Then, so we've got this big bend into the knees, and we're in our forward fold. So we're in our forward fold, there's a bend in the knees. Relax your head and your neck. Your head and your neck are totally relaxed. And you're just gonna let the arms be soft and breathe in, knees bent, and just start to come up in, you could refer to this as kind of like that ragdoll shape. Just coming up, and once you're up, take a breath in, and maybe a sigh out would be nice here. And then we're going to do a few up and downs. So we breathe in first, and as we exhale, start to bend at the knees. Allow your chest to roll forwards, head and neck to drop down, and just come down in a way that feels comfortable for you, if it feels comfortable. Inhale, you're going to come up, taking this resting movement. Exhale, coming down. All right, once you're up, we're of course going to do some shaking. So I like to do shaking and balance together, just because why not get the benefits of both together. So take a big step forwards, fix your gaze on something when you are doing balance work. That's yoga's tip. Take a drishti, fix your gaze, and let's do the left side. So let's shake our left side. Maybe we'll do it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then if we feel comfortable and safe to, take a big step back and then shake the other side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then have a big shake. So just have a big shake, shaking your arms up. So simple, very revitalising. Just a good old shake, breathing in, and then maybe have that sound out. I mean, you're at home, so you can breathe in, and then Maybe one more. Breathing in and out. Excellent. So we'll take some simple sweep movements to find this idea of rest. We'll start off with our warriors. So take the left foot and have it turn slightly out, step forwards, and then heel toe, the foot out, so you've got a nice wide base. Don't be bothered about your hips, but think about the rib cage maybe turning slightly towards the short edge of the mat. You're going to breathe in, lift the arms up, float the arms up, bend into that right knee, exhale, come forwards and down. Inhale, we lift up, and as we exhale, straighten into that right leg. Breathe in, exhale, we come down. Inhale, coming up, exhale and straighten. Just one more on this side. Fab. Shake the left leg, shake the right leg, come to the back of the mat, keeping it simple. Turn the right foot out, step forwards with the left leg, heel toe, so you've got this wide base. From here, we breathe in, the arms lift up. As we exhale, we bend into the left knee, the arms come forwards, and we come down. We breathe in, come up, and take the arms down. How is it feeling? Is it feeling nourishing and restful? Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, coming up, and exhale to come down. And depending on how you're feeling in today's practice will determine the depth that you go down. You can do this practice in a restful way, in a small way like this. You could breathe in and the arms just come up a little bit, and there's a small bend in the knee. Then you breathe out and maybe you take your arms down, and then you inhale, lift up, and then exhale, you come back like this. Perfect. Okay, let's do one more. Fabulous. Have a little shake out. And from here, you're going to turn to face the long edge of the mat, step out and turn the right foot towards the short edge of the mat. So let's come into our warrior two. Please don't be worried about your hips and what direction they're facing. As I always say, we were all born with this unique acetabular, but you can be aware of your spine and make sure that the core is supporting you. Arms come up to shoulder height, and then look over this right middle finger. From here, take a breath in, and as we exhale, you're going to bend into the right knee as far as feels comfortable. Right forearm comes down to right thigh, side angle pose, left hand comes up and over. Inhale, open to your warrior two. Exhale, take our little side angle. Inhale and open. Don't forget the bhava of today's practice, this idea of the thread of which all of the beads of our life can be placed onto. Today I'm really thinking about how can we bring rest into movement and breath in order to revitalise you. So are you overworking? I don't know. Or are you underworking? Amazing. Shall we do the other side? Let's take the right leg toes towards the long edge of the mat, and the left foot comes out towards the short edge of the mat. We've got an awareness of our neutral spine. The arms come up to shoulder height, and we look over our left middle finger. Feel grounded and strong here. And then we take the softness with our strength. Take a breath in. And as we exhale, we bend into that left knee, left forearm comes down, right hand goes up and over. We inhale, open up, and we exhale, go down. Inhale, open up. Exhale, go down. Amazing. Come out, have a little bounce. So I always think there's shaking and there's also bouncing where you kind of just tap your heels down onto the earth and you allow the full weight of your body to just have that little vibration, that resonance of the bounce. Okay, from here, you're going to step the right leg forwards. Have a nice wide stable base. We're going to do a very gentle twist where you take, so the right leg's forwards, the left arm comes up, floats up to the sky, and as you keep the right leg straight as much as is comfortable. If you need to bend into the knee, honour the sensation of bending to the knee. And as you exhale, you take the left hand just to the outside edge of somewhere on the right thigh and you take a gentle twist. Inhale, you come up. Exhale, we've got this idea of a gentle twist. Maybe we have one more. Fab, step out, shake the leggies. Then right leg turns out, left leg steps forwards. We've got that opposite arm coming up, making sure that the legs are comfortable, muscles recruited and supporting you. Then let's find the softness of the practice. Breathe in. And as we exhale, we've got this gentle twist. Maybe just one more. One thing I just wanted to explore with you now, just very quickly, is something that Jane did with us on our yoga therapy course. When we think about revitalising our sense of who we are through the body, through the breath, through our mind, this is just an interesting little exploration. So obviously you're at home and this isn't Amdram or anything, but just take your posture and round forwards, round in, and then relax your head and your neck and just walk around your mat or your room and just say to yourself something along the lines of, this, I feel miserable. Just try this, bear with me, we'll get rid of it, don't worry. And you just walk around and just kind of say to yourself, I feel miserable. I feel totally, completely, entirely miserable. Okay, don't worry, I'm going to bring you out of that. Just come up, shake your right leg, shake your left leg, have a bit of a shake up, take a breath in and have a sigh out. And then do this, open up your arms, you can have them a bit high, you can have them lower, wherever they are, just open them up and walk around and just say, this is the best day of my life, best yoga practice of my life. This is just a brilliant moment. And just to open up, take your chin, lift it up, just say, wow, this is literally amazing. This is the best day ever. I'm having the best yoga practice ever, or just best moment. Take a breath in and then have a shake and sigh out. What a simple, sweet little exploration to show how the way we hold ourselves and the words that we say to ourselves changes our felt sense. So when we think about revitalizing, we can come through the breath, the body, and the mind is so important. So even that mantra that we did at the beginning, I take in what I need. You know, if you've got nothing else, if you don't want to give it, this is an amazing day, this is a moment, because they're not, you know, that's not possible, is it? But can we do I am taking in what I need and I am letting go of what I don't, because that is what your body is doing. Anyway, come down towards the mat in whatever way feels nice and comfortable and cozy for you. All right, let's just simply drop down. So just drop down on the mat in any way that feels right for you. Take a breath in, have a little sigh out. You've just come down onto the mat, shoulders away from the ears. All right, we're going to finish with just 3 bridges. So we've got the soles of the feet on the floor, knees are hip distance apart, palms of the hands are down. We press into the soles of the feet, the inner thighs switch on. As we lift the hips up to the sky, we squeeze our glutes on, so those are our bottom muscles. Keep the head and neck looking up if you can, rather than twisting the neck. And then as you exhale, we come down from the top of the spine and we just roll down a little bit by a little bit by a little bit. So if you're new to bridge, like, stick with that variation, that's lovely. If you want to maybe just add a little bit of expansion into that, you can take the arms above the head on the breath in. So press into the feet, don't skip anything. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Breathe in, start to lift the hips up, lift the arms up, squeeze into the glutes, and the arms can come up above the head on the breath in. And as we exhale, we start to come down with the arms, but really have that focus on the spine as it rolls down. And we've just got one more of these. Fab. Take knees to chest. Take any intuitive movement that you feel like you need. Maybe have a little rock from left to right. You can do circles with the knees. Just anything that you feel that you need before you drop down into your final shape of Shavasana, of relaxation. Okay. So get nice and comfortable and cozy. Take what you need and don't skip anything. It's only going to play on your mind. So if you want to get your blankets, your eye pillows underneath the knees, now's the time to get them. Treat yourself. This is relaxation. And welcome to our final relaxation. Get nice and comfortable and cozy, straightening out any of those little crinkles in the jumpers. Begin to give yourself permission to take this final part of the practice. Shavasana teaching us that there is a time for us to do and there's a time for us to be, and this is your time to be now. So I think it's helpful to say to yourself in your mind, right, fair enough, I give myself permission to rest now. As always, start at the top of the head and scan the body for any unconscious holding. I find it resides in different places, in different people. So be curious. Maybe take the ankles just a millimetre away from the hips. Notice where the palms of the hands are resting and whether you can give the full weight of the arms down into gravity. This is just a short time out. where perhaps we take our rest in this dynamic stillness. Be aware of your breath. And know now that we're not looking to change or alter your breath. We're simply just noticing it. And as you breathe in on the next time, just imagine, feel and sense that the breath is journeying in through the soles of your feet. And with this breath in comes a sensation of ease and soothing and softness right into the soles of your feet. As you breathe in the next time, this breath journeys in through the soles of the feet, through the ankles, shins and calves, and it reaches the knees. Softening, soothing, easing and relaxing all around your knees. As you breathe in again, the breath journeys through the soles of the feet, past the knees, the thighs, the hips, the pelvis and the buttocks, and it reaches your belly. Let go in your belly and let your belly be soft. This sensation of ease and soothing, just swirling around in the area of your belly. As you breathe in again, the breath journeys in through the soles of your feet, through the legs, through the pelvis and the belly, to the rib cage, chest, and right into the very center of your heart, soothing your heart. As the breath comes in once more, it journeys in through the soles of the feet, travels up through the legs, through the torso, along the clavicles to the shoulders. And the breath in releases the burdens of your shoulders, swirls and moves down the full length of the arms to the palms of your hands, softening, easing, soothing and relaxing. As you breathe in again, the breath journeys up through the soles of the feet, through the legs, torso, chest and arms, past the throat, back of the neck, and it rolls up and over the scalp. The breath in journeys across the forehead to the eyes and ears, to the cheekbones. This little touch of softness on the bridge and the tip of the nose. The lips, tongue and teeth are relaxed and at ease. Every breath in, take in exactly what you need. And every breath out, releasing all that you don't. Be really conscious and be aware of how you have relaxed, restored, and perhaps revitalized your breath, your body, and of course the mind with this yoga practice today. You've given yourself the time and the space that you needed. We all need this. Come back to your body, resting down on the earth. And when you're ready, have that roll onto one side, pause and gather. When you're ready, you're going to push yourself up into easy sitting pose, and should you wish, we can close our practice together. To close our practice, we could take Avahana Mudra, so the palms of the hands are together, there's a bending to the knuckles, the thumbs are between the first and second fingers, and we just place them at the heart centre, bow the head. And we wish together, you and I, we wish for peace and love and light and truth, strength and security, food and shelter, for ourselves, sure, for our loved ones, absolutely. But as always, when we practice yoga, we have an innate knowing, an understanding that we send these wishes, this energy, these blessings, however you want to frame it, out into the universe. And we know that we wish for endless, endless peace for all beings everywhere. And we could close with the traditional word of Shanti. So thank you, as always, very much for coming, and Shanti.